Alright, so just a quick little video on the technical aspects of playing Daydream Believer. So first thing to note about it is that it's got a swung rhythm. Okay, so we've gone over that before. The difference is, so this is a straight rhythm, the much more common type, of where it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so down, up, down. So strong beats last just as much as the weak beats. Okay, so with a swung rhythm, it's basically down, up, down, up, down, up, down, bum, 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 bum. So straight, swung, bum, bum, bum. Think of a horse trotting or something like that, you know. So it's down, up, down, up. So basically, the ups come immediately after the downs. Or sorry, the down comes immediately after the up. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay. Right. So that's the first thing. Second thing is so just to make it sound a little bit more like the original, instead of, we're doing G to D7 there. Okay, so that's normally that's the way we normally do D7. Okay, so, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But the way I'm doing it in the video, just to make it sound a little bit more like the real thing, is this way of doing it. So there's the D chord there. So that's sliding down the third finger, and then middle finger goes over the top like that. So that's just D. And out of tune D, albeit. Better. Okay, so that's just D. But if we add this little finger in here, now it's D7, okay? That's because C, just adding a C note in general. So there's a C note. So we add a C note to that D chord, it becomes D7. So we add this C note to a D chord, becomes the same effect. C7 with a different texture. So that's the D7 I'm doing for the intro of just for the intro now, just to make it sound that little piano bit, because it's got this note, and then over the D, you can very clearly hear that note. Okay, so A7. I'm not sure if we've done that one. Couldn't be easier though. So there's A major, and to get a 7 out of A, we add a G to the A chord. So that's literally it. So there's A, there's A7. So you notice the pattern there. To get a D7 out of a D chord, we add in the letter that's just underneath it. Okay, so an A. So what's the letter that's just underneath A is G, because obviously it cycles back around again. So you go below the bottom one, you go straight to the top, and it cycles around again. So for example, if you wanted a B7, add an A to it. If you wanted a G7, add an F to it. Okay, so that's A7 there, just in case you haven't seen that. One more thing, I think it's just one more thing, is the little transition into the chorus. So, shaving razor's cold and it stings. Okay, so we're just trying to get that little da 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 bum. So, and it all happens around that G chord there. So if we go middle finger up, back down again, little finger on the third fret of the bottom string, take that off again, take off the middle finger, and then you can just put it back down again, or block it. Preferably block it so that that note is now the highest one. So okay. Now, if you leave that one in there, then it's obviously not a big deal at all. This is more bells and whistles. And as well, if you want to just hold while the melody is being played, and you just hold the G chord as it is, and don't bother with any of that stuff, that's actually fine too. That's not a problem. So you don't have to do that one again. So for one more time, that's my shaving razor's cold, and God, let's try that again. My shaving razor's cold and it stings. Cheer up, and so on. So that's the transition into the chorus. And just looking through there just to make sure there's nothing else I'm leaving out. No, that's pretty much it. Other than that, quite a few chord changes in this. The B minor puts a bit of a spanner in the works. The E minor does too because it's a bit quick. So I'd I'd suggest just practicing those chord changes. Um, and as well as that, we're playing it in the same key as the original. The original's in G as well. So if you don't feel like playing along with this one, you can play along with the real thing, and it'll be effectively the same. So you can do that too. All right, see you next Monday.